गर्मी है फर्क लेता हूँ।
से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन पावर ऑफ मोड पर रखें। शो के दौरान किसी भी तरह की कमर्शियल और फ्लैश फोटोग्राफी निषिद्ध है। देवी और सज्जनों, कुछ ही क्षणों में आमेर साउंड एंड लाइट शो आरंभ हो रहा है। आप सब से अनुरोध
Sí. Nuestra oficina les da a todos los muchachos sus iPhones, sus computadores.
Yo pienso que puede ser porque es diferente a iPhone.
¿Sabes por qué? Nosotros somos más implementadores, tenemos que tener más comunicación. Ustedes trabajan de manera diferente, no necesitan tanto eso.
A todo el mundo le dan un teléfono celular, pues. Ticket, please. Y me dan bastante dinero para el celular, pero no me dejan. O sea, nunca he pedido yo un celular.
We shall begin in a few moments. Kindly take your seat and put your mobile on power off mode. As a consideration to your fellow spectators, please refrain from flash photography. Commercial photography of any kind is completely prohibited.
Prohibited. Vas a poder ver con la señora del sombrero. Nos corremos un poquito para acá.
History cannot escape time. for its chariot marches on relentlessly. And time cannot escape history, for its pen scribbles ceaselessly. The year is 1036. As the darkness of the night thickens, the earth begins to undulate with rain. Raja Kankildev, accompanied by his faithful soldiers, makes his way through the jungles of these hills. Lightning crashes against the dense clouds, briefly illuminating the path ahead, and the army advances at a steady pace.
Maharaj, it has become difficult to navigate through this dark, moonless night. There seems to be a hermit's cottage in the distance and ruins of an ancient temple nearby. Shall we camp here tonight?
Very well. We shall rest here now and proceed again at daybreak.
We have been blessed with a scarlet sun this morning, unusually bright and affectionate. It seems like a blanket of crimson skies has descended upon us.
You should consider this auspicious. We now have the blessings of our sun god, in whose name me and my ancestors are called Surya Vanshis.
Maharaj, do you not belong to the lineage of Lord Ram?
Indeed. Suryavanshi Lord Ram himself is in the lineage of the sun god.
I see.
When his son Kush left Ayodhya, his descendants founded the city of Rohtaskar near River Son. And as time passed, they moved to Gwalior and settled around Narwar. Those Suryavanshis were called Kachwaha.
Before the establishment of Amer in Jaipur, this region was known as Dhundar, founded by Dulerai in 966 AD. He constructed the temple of Jamvai Mata in Ramgarh, and soon after, she was affirmed the goddess of the Kachwaha dynasty. Raja Kankildev is the worthy son of Dulerai.
Swarup Singh Ji, we will abandon Dausa and make our new capital here, on these hills. I like this place. Besides, it's secure as well. And did you hear the greetings of the eagle overhead? What could be more auspicious than such an honorable welcome?
Maharaj, this place is indeed known as the Chilka Tila, the hill abode of eagles. It belongs to the Meena tribe.
No, Swarup Ji, no. It used to belong to them.
The Kachwahas lost no time in defeating the local Meena tribe and laying the foundations of their new capital in Amer. It is believed that Raja Kankildev constructed a fort atop this hill called Kankilgarh and established the Ambikeshwar temple, from where Amer derives its name. But local folklore suggests that Amer was named after the goddess Amba Mata, who was worshipped by the Meena tribe. Tales and legends are always more intriguing than facts. And so it is also said that Raja Kankildev's father, Dulerai, is none other than Dholarai of the famous love fable Dhola Baru, which still resounds widely in Rajasthan.
Dunga काजली यारी एक साथ काली काली काजली यारी एक साथ कोई बुराड़ी बुरजा पर चमके बिजली कोई बुराड़ी बुरजा पर चमके बिजली जुग जीवो है मुमल हाले तोल चलूं मारू जी
With the establishment of the capital, the foundation of a new fort was also laid. That marked the beginning of a 700-year rule of the Kachwaha dynasty from this very fort of Amer. In the early age of bow and arrow, the fort walls stood low. But the coming of gunpowder and increasing use of guns raised the height of the walls considerably. The walls cast in stone were also cast in poetry. Many poets of the time sang in praise of Amer, describing the beauty, royalty and valor of the Rajputs.
पहुंचत भो आमेर में हुकुम भूप जैसा ही महल चील ठौरा बने बासर उत्तम माही जयगढ़ ताको नाऊंगे भाशिव फेरी नरेश करनी अधिकाई जिते बरनी जाति न शेष.
The Rajputs not only wielded the blade in the battlefield, but also walked admirably on the blade of love.
तलवार से वो घायल करे नैन से घायल हुए तेग और भाले सब सहे बैन से घायल
With every new ruler, the fort was extended, expanded, and adorned further. The Kachwahas were not just able warriors, but efficient administrators and strategists as well, maintaining cordial relations with other rulers through diplomacy, friendship, and royal exchanges. Over the centuries, their contribution to India's flourishing riches, traditions, and culture has been significant. Stories of India's great wealth and treasures reached far and wide. As a result, many invaders headed here to pillage and plunder the great land, marking the beginning of a new chapter in India's history. Persians, Greeks, Scythians, Huns, Turks, Mongols, Afghans, they all came to invade the country, but none could establish a base, and they soon retreated. But with caravans full of wealth. One invader followed another, Khilji, Tughlaq, Lodi. They came, they ruled, but were eventually ousted by the native rulers. Meanwhile, India stood unbeatable. Her customs, traditions, culture, digging deeper roots and grounding her even more. With the arrival of the Mughals in the 16th century, history turned a new page. India had never been so vulnerable, timorous, anxious, and yet acquiescent. In 1526, Mughal Emperor Babur met Ibrahim Lodi in the battlefield of Panipat. This fierce war was witness to an innovative facet, the use of cannons and guns by the invaders. The blasts created a complete frenzy amongst the elephants in the Lodi army, and Babur emerged victorious. This indeed was a landmark victory, after which the Mughals seemed unassailable as they advanced. Even today, if you turn and look back over your right shoulder, you will see the terror of the approaching Mughal army. As Babur led his army towards Rajasthan with rising confidence, Rana Sangha of Mewar and Prithviraj of Amer, along with many other Rajput kings, formed a common army. 17th March 1527. The Mughal army confronted this grand multitude of Rajput soldiers in the fields of Khanwa. Babur had heard many tales of the glory of the Rajput men he now faced. In the mortal danger of a defeat, he hesitated at first, but called upon his soldiers to muster courage for one final effort, for that last drop of sweat and blood, the ultimate battle, and was rewarded with the sweet smell of victory, which finally established the Mughal rule in India. King Prithviraj of Amer was married to Balabai, a greatly revered woman in Rajasthan and an ardent devotee of Lord Krishna, who was given the stature of Meera. The royal women of the Kachwaha court were highly influential and have been known to infuse religious and spiritual beliefs in many of their king husbands. During this period, foundations of numerous temples were laid in Amer, each dedicated to a different deity and built by a different ruler. Just as day fell to night, and night awoke to another beautiful dawn, eras in history came and went. In the 16th and the 17th century, India was awash with a wave of religious and spiritual sentiments. In the northern state of Punjab, one could hear the voice of Sikh Guru Nanak.
सकल बन राए बुलंद ज्योति कैसी आरती हुई अब खंडना तेरी आरती अनहता सबद माजंत तेरी कैसी आरती हुई अब खंडना तेरी आरती
The epic Ramayana inspired Tulsidas in Banaras to pen Ramcharitmanas.
रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आई प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए.
In Rajasthan, Rahim and Raskhan recited couplets in the Braj language, and the land echoed with the music of Ravidas and Meera. filled with love, peace and harmony. With Mughals consolidating their position in India, a new era of the Ganga-Jamuni Tehzeeb emerged, a synthesis of Hindu and Islamic practices of art and culture. When Emperor Akbar ascended the Mughal throne, he expressed his desire to form military alliances with all Rajput kings. Taking a cue, Raja Bharmal of Amer approached his loyal friend Majnu Khan, one of the commanders of Emperor Akbar, to arrange a meeting.
Jahanpana, I take pleasure in introducing to you Raja Bharmal of Amer, chief ruler of the Kachwaha dynasty of Rajputs, known for his humility, nobility and valor. It has been his heartfelt desire to walk in your shadow and offer allegiance to the mighty emperor.
The great Emperor Babur had mentioned in his memoirs that if the desire to rule over India is to be successfully fulfilled, it stands imperative to respect and regard the traditions, culture, and sentiments of every clan, sect, or tribe of the nation without interference or intrusion. It is our desire to follow the same principles. Very well. Raja Bharmal, I am pleased to see you, and I welcome you to our humble quarters. And what is it that we can do for you?
Jahanpana, my only wish is to offer my dear daughter's hand in marriage to you. Bowing my head before my sword, I vow to serve in the defense of you, your family, and your rule.
We are convinced of your loyalty, allegiance, and fidelity, Raja Bharmal, and we are delighted to accept the offer for marriage. Your daughter shall now be known as Malika-e-Azam, the Queen of the Empire.
6th February 1562, the city of Sambhar. Mughal Emperor Akbar and the daughter of the Rajput king Raja Bharmal, Harkabai, tied the conjugal knot according to Hindu traditions. The city came alive with the vibrant colors of Rajasthan, resounding with myriad folk songs and the Ghumar dance. This was the first pact between the Kachwaha dynasty and the Mughal rule, paving the way for many more. And born from this alliance was the Rajput Mughal prince Jahangir. Jahangir later took to the throne and marked an important place for himself in the history of India. In the true spirit of the Ganga-Jamuni Tehzeeb, conceived by Emperor Babur, Akbar's court not only observed the Muslim festival of Eid with great fervor, but also celebrated Hindu festivals like Janmashtami, Deepavali, Dashera, and Holi, all with the same zeal and passion. return from Sanganer, the emperor took Raja Bharmal's son Man Singh along with him. Despite being a Rajput, Man Singh soon gained recognition as one of the Navratna, or 9 jewels of the Mughal court, and was also made the commander-in-chief of the army. Man Singh was a learned man, a keen scholar of Sanskrit, Persian, Rajasthani and Hindi. When this palace of Amer was founded in 1599, Man Singh not only promoted and encouraged the art and crafts here, but also took it upon himself to bridge the disparity between men and women. The royal women were now allowed to partake in the festivities and celebrations of the imperial quarters. Many rulers accepted sovereignty of the Mughal Empire. Rana Pratap of Mewar, however, was too sanctimonious. Emperor Akbar gave Man Singh the responsibility to persuade Rana Pratap to follow suit. Man Singh had invited himself to the Mewar court for a feast. This was unusual, more so an extraordinary circumvention of protocol. But the Rana accepted. It was against Rajput hospitality to not welcome a guest. And although he received Man Singh with great honor and elaborate arrangements, on the pretext of a headache, Rana Pratap refused to dine with him. Insulted, Man Singh rose from his seat and said,
"I can always recommend a treatment for his headache, but I have no cure for this misdemeanor. If he has forgotten how to respectfully welcome a guest into his house, he could have at least conducted the meal with honor."
Rajputs have always been known to weave around idiosyncrasy. They may be quick to anger, but regard respect, pride and honor as most definitive virtues. So Man Singh took a few grains of rice from his platter and, tying them within the folds of his turban, said,
"I do not wish to disrespect the god of victuals by leaving this food untouched. And yet, I do not wish to consume it. Hence, I clutch these grains to take back with me. I shall neither forget nor forgive the impertinence I have been shown today. Rana, I am bound by kinship on one hand and duty on the other. And on both accounts, my desire was only to settle matters without any carnage. But today's misconduct shall be remembered, Rana, and you will have to pay for this. You yourself will have to face me."
Rana Pratap's reply was distinct and stern.
"Raja Man Singh, face I shall, but in the battlefield."
Emperor Akbar's arrogance, Rana Pratap's pride, and Man Singh's duty. Consequence, the Battle of Haldi Ghati in 1576. The commander-in-chief of the Mughal army was the Hindu ruler Man Singh, who came face to face with Hakim Khan Sur, a Muslim general of the Hindu state of Mewar. The armies were bold, the battle was fierce, and fortunes were being written in sand, first favoring one faction and, in the next instance, the other. Sensing the Mughal army's bid to surround and immobilize Rana Pratap, the Rajput army manipulated his escape on his loyal horse to a secure distance. Pratap lost all territory and yet won in the face of defeat, for he had not been captured. Wherever there were cries of discontent and revolts in the Mughal Empire, Akbar would commission Man Singh to lead the Mughal army to suppress these uprisings. Yusuf Chagtai, along with many other tribe leaders, mutinied against the mighty empire. But Man Singh was able to overpower them, hoisting the Mughal flag even higher. On one such mission, Man Singh's army was trekking through the frigid mountains in the north, en route to Kabul and Kandahar, and River Indus near Attock was swelling with icy rapids. Some soldiers hesitated, believing that crossing the river into foreign land would result in inauspicious fate. Man Singh came to the front and recited a couplet. All land belongs to one deity. Where is the hindrance in that? But they who have hindrance in their souls are hindered.
Samay bhumi ko paan ki, ya main atak kaha, jaake man mein atak hai, soi atak raha.
All apprehensions disappeared, and the soldiers leapt across the raging river on their horses. The war was long and tedious, and it took Man Singh 6 years to achieve the pennant of victory. At the end of the battle, Manohar Das, the chief of Samod, took the flags of the 5 defeated rebel clans and placed them in Man Singh's hands. Combining the colors of these 5 flags, red, white, yellow, green and blue, Man Singh established the flag of Amir. This flag continued to adorn Jaipur till the Indian tricolour was instituted. As the governor of Bengal, Man Singh defeated the Raja of Jashore and returned with the idol of goddess Shila Devi, establishing her in a temple within the fort. She was worshipped with great reverence in the royal family, and even today, people from across the country throng here to pay their respects. After Man Singh, Mirza Raja Jai Singh succeeded the throne of Amir at the mere age of 10. He kept alive the embers of the Kachwaha dynasty. He constructed the famous Diwan-e-Am court with expert and skilled craftsmanship, perfectly blending Hindu and Islamic architecture, decorated with unmatched ornate carvings. Even today, it stands as an evidence of consummate pride, honor, and reverence of the Kachwaha dynasty. The court not only echoed the sounds of proficient administration, but one would also often hear couplets recited by the famous poet Bihari Lal. And for each couplet presented in the court, he would receive a piece of gold. The rose, your highness, is not yet in bloom. It is neither honey nor pollen. If just a bud makes a king forget himself, what will happen when the rose blossoms?
Nahi parag, nahi madhur, nahi vikas ihkal, Ali kali hi so bandhyo, aage kaun hawa.
During the reign of Emperor Aurangzeb, the Marathas, a strong Deccan clan known for their tactical warfare, were gradually escalating attacks on Delhi and Rajasthan. When Aurangzeb's army failed to capture the Maratha warrior Shivaji, the emperor commissioned Mirza Raja Jai Singh to engage him. Jai Singh cornered Shivaji in Purandar and persuaded him to negotiate. An alliance was drawn between Shivaji and the Mughals, wherein many forts and constituencies were distributed amongst them, and it was also agreed that the Maratha warrior would soon be presented in court before Emperor Aurangzeb. Mirza Raja Jai Singh was unable to attend the court, but gave charge to his son Ram Singh to ensure the comfort, safety and dignity of Shivaji, and also requested Aurangzeb to honor this promise with stately magnitude. When Shivaji came into the Mughal court, he was slapped with a meager rank, much lower than his contemporaries. He was enraged by this insult, and facing the entire court, he addressed Mirza Raja Jai Singh's son, Ram Singh.
Your father gave me his word that I would be shown full respect and deference in this court. Is this Rajput honor? Is this Mughal honor? My workers and servants get a mansab of 5,000, and that is what has been granted to me. I have been deemed even below the likes of your Jaswant Singh, whom I have repeatedly defeated in the battlefield.
Shivaji was infuriated, livid. Aurangzeb asked Ram Singh,
"What's the matter, Ram Singh? What complaints does he bring?"
Jahanpana, please do not bother yourself with these trivial matters. The Maratha king is used to different customs. He is not familiar with the ways of our court.
Take him with you and see that he is taken care of.
Ram Singh tried to plead with Shivaji, but he was adamant. Despondent with the consequences, many courtiers carried complaints against him to the emperor. It eventually became an open secret that Shivaji would be sentenced to death. When Ram Singh heard the news, he was reminded of his father's promise. He facilitated Shivaji's escape to Agra, who roamed through thick jungles disguised as an innocent saint. 12th September 1666. On reaching the fort of Raigad, Shivaji's mother Jijabai celebrated the arrival of her son by declaring his coronation. The fort of Raigad exploded with song, dance and merriment. Aurangzeb suspected the hand of Mirza Raja Jai Singh in Shivaji's escape from prison, but he had to suppress his anger, for it was of utmost importance to maintain jovial relations with Amer. And therefore, when in 1700 Mirza Raja Jai Singh's grandson, Jai Singh II, took the throne at the mere age of 12, the Mughal emperor bestowed upon him the title of Raja, along with other territorial and financial privileges. Hearing about Jai Singh's bravery in the battlefield, Aurangzeb dismissed all past acrimony, took the young Jai Singh's hands in his, and said,
"You're in my grip. Tell me, what can you do now?"
Jahanpana, I can do everything. At the time of matrimony, the man holds his bride's one hand and promises her the world, to be with her and protect her for life. You have embraced both my hands in yours. What else could I ask for? All my prayers have been answered.
Subhanallah, you are witty and clever. You truly are a sawai, more than others.
People crossed these fleeting dunes, embedding their footprints in the sand, only to find even the slightest breeze sweeps these trails off the surface of this enchanting land. As the desert turns into another unrecognizable phase, what seemed like only a moment turned history to a new page. The death of Aurangzeb in 1707 led to a Mughal war of succession. While the Mughals were slowly losing their stronghold on one hand, the attacks by the Marathas were steadily increasing. Through sheer diplomacy and foresight, supported by a large army, Raja Savai Jai Singh became the most formidable ruler in northern India. All the other Rajas now turned to him for protection and the promotion of their interests at the imperial court. Raja Savai Jai Singh was a visionary man, far-sighted and meticulous. With Amer now bursting at its seams with people and the Raja's idea to make his capital a new trade center, Savai Jai Singh decided to shift the Kachwaha capital out of the historic city of Amer. 18th November 1727. A new city was established, named after the king himself, Jaipur. With his far-sightedness and scrupulous thoughts, he made the first planned city of India, designed on a grid system. Till date, it stands with pride and honor as one of the most important sites in North India and one of its three great jewels. Savai Jai Singh was the first Hindu ruler in centuries to perform ancient Vedic ceremonies, promote Sanskrit learning, and initiate reforms in the Hindu society, such as the abolition of sati. It was at Jai Singh's insistence that many taxes, especially those levied on Hindus by Mughals, were abolished. In 1719, a noisy discussion in the court of Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah Rangila prompted Raja Savai Jai Singh to ponder on the subject of astronomy. Greatly influenced by ancient Indian sciences as well as developments in the Western world, he invited many scholars to India, from whom he learnt and honed his own skills in mathematics and astronomy. He built 5 astronomical observatories across North India, in Delhi, Jaipur, Ujjain, Varanasi and Mathura, which are today popularly known as Jantar Mantar. It is surprising that in the midst of local wars, foreign invasions and consequent turmoil, Savai Jai Singh found the time and energy to build astronomical observatories. It would not be out of context to say that 300 years ago, Raja Savai Jai Singh laid the foundations of a modern India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wrote about him in The Discovery of India.
Jai Singh would have been a remarkable man anywhere and at any time. The fact that he rose and functioned as a scientist in the typically feudal milieu of Rajputana and during one of the darkest periods of Indian history when disruption and war and tumults filled the scene is very significant.
With the establishment of the new capital at Jaipur, Amer's splendor and grandeur began to wane. Finally, after 600 years, did she get the chance to lay back in repose. But the constant attacks by the Marathas would jolt and wake her from deep sleep. The royal treasures were no longer safe. The Kachwaha fortune was not only threatened by foreign invaders, but there were many conniving minds here as well. Raja Savai Jai Singh needed a new fort to keep the state's wealth secure. And so, in 1734, the foundations were laid for Nahargarh. Constructed closer to Jaipur, Nahargarh became like a brother, keeping a watch on his sibling, Jaipur. As Jaipur grew out of adolescence, Amer came to play the role of the revered forebear. Lost in the quiet of the surrounding hills, misty clouds, sweeping winds, Amer reminisced her youth, bringing back memories of the forgotten days. Suraj Bol, facing the sun, inviting its warmth and invoking its blessings. This large entryway kept the land of the Suryavanshis flourishing with happiness and wealth. Chand Bol, facing the moon as it climbed through the dark western skies. This gateway overlooked the main city, forming a direct passageway to the old palace. Divan-e-Aam, built as the public hall of audience, was constantly heaving with people and brimming with noblemen, and never failed to welcome its king with extreme stateliness and opulence. Ganesh Bol, the provider of prosperity, and the destroyer of obstacles, Ganesh kept his doors ajar and blessed all those who sought comfort within the palace walls. Diwan-e-Khas, the hall of private audience, plastered in a mosaic of reflective glass, this palace of mirrors would shimmer to life by lighting a single lamp. Baradari, this open court would be teeming with princesses, maids, musicians, dancers and painters who would often congregate within the central pavilion to celebrate festivals and holidays. And the path on the left leads you to Jaigarh, which stood majestically over the palace of Amer. Lamps were lit within the Diva Burj, the cylindrical watchtower, and could be seen from miles away, navigating men back home in the dark of the desert night. And for Amer's security, the world's largest movable cannon, Jaivan, was commissioned to be built there. So long was its barrel, and so powerful was its range, that once fired, it would be heard miles away.
Miles away.
Holding on to past culture, tradition, and customs, Amer was fading into a stupor. Cracking plaster on the fort walls could be repaired. But as one government gave way to another, the loneliness Amer felt was never realized. The temples thrived with prayers and processions, but the Kachwaha royalty limited itself only to the new bounds it had created, Jaipur. 2 centuries went by. Jaipur was witness to everything: the British rule, the fight for independence, even freedom. But Amer was still standing afar, watching Jaipur like a distant relative, and she wept unspoken tears within. How long could this melancholy remain unnoticed? Eventually, India claimed her autonomy. She was free and independent. But Amer still waited in the hope that someone would remember her too. And she was remembered. 1954. Amer's doors were finally thrown ajar for the public. Amer now belonged to the people, and the people belonged to Amer.
So beautiful, thank you. Okay.
Valió la pena venir aquí.
Ay, sí. Me encanta.
Una preciosa manera de
Giờ chắc tới Hindu rồi.
Ay, la historia que te cuentan, detallitos.
Mấy đứa này mà em cũng đi tốt không?
El clima que bendición.
Chắc là chắc hết cái này nè.
Tôi đi bên.
Manita, muévete porque van a pasar aquí nuestros hermanos. Tómala que tome saque una foto.
Ahí donde está la chica está muy bien. Ahí, vamos ahí.
Uno.
Yeah, been here yesterday. Oh, a lot of fun. Huh? Nice, right? Fun, we had fun yesterday. Amber Palace.
Wow.
Amber Palace.
How they build it last? I mean, they build it.
Very nice.
So I'm looking now the ice for today.
Oh, cooler.
Put it in the ice box. You drink water, 1 liter cold. I have water.
Yeah.
I'm by ice, all right?
Yeah. Sure.
You eat breakfast already?
No, breakfast is ready.
Now we pass by Pink City again.
Yes.
Oh man.
Nó bán mấy cái đó mà mấy cái đồ mà ông Nguyên ông hay mua cho mình đó mà nhớ không? Oh, we're gonna be able to see Pink City again. Make the street so dirty.
Yeah.
Đi ngang cái cổng á, đi ngang cái Pink City nữa đó. Nó đứa nào cũng xỏ lông mũi hết nha. Cả răng căng tay. Yeah, cow everywhere. That's
they eat the garbage.
And they
Ganga
take,
River.
Yeah, Ganga River. They take a bath. What in what month?
The next month maybe.
Oh, next month.
So many people.
Oh, so you.
What is the story behind that? For what? Why they take that?
This is Lord Shiva story.
For the Shiva god.
Yes.
Okay.
Then Ganga River, he's coming the head.
The what? The head?
This man.
Oh, the head of Ganga River.
Yeah, coming.
Oh, this one?
No, cái xe đằng trước đây nè. Cái xe là ông lớn đi.
This is my God.
Your God?
That's Shiva.
Yeah.
It's monkey, it's God also?
Yes.
What's the name of?
Hanuman.
Oh, okay. Hanuman, Shiva,
Yeah.
Vishnu.
100,000 God in India.
Oh, 1,000 God. Marble?
Yeah, up there in the mountain. Bữa nào mẹ chụp cái tấm hình mà đầy người mẹ để Make in India. Mẹ gọi cho BB này. Incredible India.
Marble from here.
Yes.
Bởi vậy nó mới làm trên đường, nó làm carving này kia tùm lum. Marble mai.
Yeah. Then suppose you give them a donation, then after no good to you.
No good.
No good to you like it.
Oh, Dalai Lama.
Yeah, Dalai Lama.
They ask for donation, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you don't like to go there.
Yeah. He's all the time sitting in the different work.
But they are so, I mean, I feel sorry because they don't have their country.
I know, his country's problem in the China.
Yeah.
Có thấy chưa? Sandstorm, today sandstorm. Sand fly all over the road.
Sandstorm, I think, you know, remember when you go to Las Vegas, you can see sandstorm too. They don't wear Punjabi, huh? They wear sari.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to clear the road. God. Mà người đàn bà đấy. Đủ.
Train in New Delhi from airport to New Delhi. Now we go to Iceland.
Của mình là đắp ca mà.
Đây one station thôi không?
अगला स्टेशन लाजी चौक है. Passengers are requested not to sit on the floor of the train. Next station is Raji Chowk.
Tiếp, ok. Tiếp này nè.
Nó mà bị rêu là cũng nguy hiểm lắm đó, chứ không phải giỡn đâu à. Đó, thấy không?
ये अक्षरधाम स्टेशन है. दरवाजे बाईं तरफ खुलेंगे. कृपया सावधानी से उतरें. This station is Akshardham. Doors will open on the left. Please mind the gap.
Amsterdam.
Bữa nay ở đây nó dễ chịu đó nha, khí hậu dễ
khí hậu chị ơi.
Mấy bữa trước nó trời ơi.
Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Hơi béo lắm. Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Ấn Độ nó chế áo này mặc. Nãy bà thấy con chuột nó chạy chưa mà? Just rock right here.
Anh có một cái đẹp là bên đây gì? Rồi bây giờ nó có cái này chặn
Ta biết mấy cái này là donation của tụi Hindu á. Tụi Hindu nó cũng dữ lắm à. Donate. Bữa nay không có sân ha, đỡ nè.
Đâu bỏ đâu ta?
Đi cứ đi theo người ta để đâu mình để đó.
Đông quá ha, này đông quá ha.
Cái chùa Bà Đen nó cũng xây theo cái kiểu như vậy nè, ba nhớ không? Chùa Bà Đen bên Việt Nam á. Cái chỗ này nè. Nãy nó tùm lum đó.
Ok. Xong chưa? Rồi. Thấy đồng nghiệp ha. Thấy đồng nghiệp. Thấy đồng nghiệp. Good.
$4.000 mà 60 đô được có
4.600 đô phải không? Thì 6 đô nữa, 67.
Mà $60 một ngày.
Thì hôm đó 4.000 thì ta nói làm gì thì cái chuyện.
4.000 là có bao nhiêu? $6 chứ.
4.000, $6.
Trời ơi, $1 là $1.
Cấm đầu cổ cải.
Không có tới $40 này.
Thì cái chuyện đó thì khác, không nói 40 thì nói khác chứ. Thì đi đi. Không.
Đây là mấy ông drama này. Nó gọi là series thế ảnh hưởng cái chữ series đấy.
Ha.
Trời ơi, mấy con monkey là ba này. Mấy con monkey này. Chữ này chữ đỏ đít ghê quá.
Hay à.
Ra mà đứng tại chụp chưa thấy cái chữ cực lại cô mắt đó.
Bây giờ không? No, okay.
No, cái chùa này. City area wise. City area.
Có nhiều người mà. Nó nhào lộn nhiều người á. Thấy không? Thấy không? Con này nó đâm cho con nó bú hay nó ngủ gì đây là ba này.
Đâu?
Đây nè.
Ôi, nhảy xuống rồi, nhảy xuống rồi. Giờ.
Cái che con nó lại bà ơi.
Rung cây không? Đau.
Nó rung cây á. Nó ẩm cái con nó đi gì nha, nó ẩm cái con nó đi á. Chủ theo mình. Nó trốn đi thấy không?
Phóng xuống chết ạ. Trường hợp phóng xuống hợp.
Ẩm con nó đi á. Bây giờ mình đi ra Ấn Độ, ngày mai bay là không có trở lại đây nữa phải không? Ra luôn á. Nhiều khi ông muốn mời mình đi ăn để cho có business về sau này có bạn này kia không?
Tốt thôi.
Để chồng trả lời thua rồi hả?
Có thuyền đi thuyền không? Có thuyền kìa.
Tụi nó hay chứ.
आगे तो सुन जा रहा है वो।
मैं बोला हूँ जाम वाले रिजल्ट आए फिर कौन है जो कहाँ रह गए थे आप लोग? अरे यार ये तो बढ़िया आज हो गई है।
Đây là ba muốn mua mấy đôi sân đô này không?
Thôi. Gì?
Nhớ không? Nào này đi chơi mà.
Mình có mà, có mà.
Hư hết rồi.
हेलो
we go to Kathmandu in Nepal at 7:20. Now we board the plane to Kathmandu from Delhi, Nepal on May 17, 2015.
यात्रीगण नमस्कार। काठमांडू को जाने वाली एयर इंडिया की उड़ान 213 कृपया बैठे रहें। अब सबसे पहले हम सभी बिजनेस क्लास यात्रियों और यात्रियों को जो छोटे बच्चों और बच्चों के साथ यात्रा कर रहे हैं द्वार संख्या 24B के द्वार
The language of in Indian language announce the plane depart from Kathmandu to depart from Delhi to Nepal.
हम आपकी सुखद उड़ान की कामना करते हैं।
That's Indian language. Hindi. That language Hindi.
I'd like to invite passengers with row numbers 20 to 26 to board through gate 24B. All other passengers are kindly requested to remain seated for the moment. On behalf of Air India, we wish you a pleasant flight.
Đuôi không à? Trên đỉnh đó. Mình mà đi cái land tour nó cũng đi trên đỉnh núi đó. Đúng rồi. Ở ngoài somebody sleep on the ground here. Somebody sleep on the ground. Đúng rồi, màu hồng đó.
I
đồ cứu trợ đầy đường.
यहाँ पर इस समय
Bên này nè, quân sự đó, quân sự trả đồ đó.
आगे बैठी ऑफिस रवीना ने कि वे पहले उतरे विमान से उतरने से पहले कृपया अपना सारा सामान मोबाइल फोन चश्मा किताब कैरी बैग आदि ले जाना होगा। स्टार अलायंस के सदस्य मैनेजर को अपनी पसंदीदा एयरलाइंस के रूप में चुनें। कप्तान बिली मिश्रा और क्रू आपके आभारी हैं। विश्वास है भविष्य में भी आपको सेवा लाभ सुनेंगे। I have just shown his welcome to Nepal International Airport at Kathmandu. The local time is 5 minutes past 9 a.m. And the temperature outside is 22 degrees Celsius. Please remain seated, do not open the overhead bins until the seatbelt sign is switched on. Passengers requiring wheelchair will be assisted after all passengers have disembarked. Passengers and flights and the use of mobile phone after landing is allowed as the aircraft has left the exit runway and will slow down. Passengers in the forward section are requested to deplane first before deplaning. Please make sure to get all your belongings, valuables like mobile phones, spectacles, books, carry bags, etc. On behalf of Air India, a member of Star Alliance, Captain Vinny Mishra and the crew, we take this opportunity to thank you for making Air India the airlines of your choice. We look forward to the pleasure of flying you again. Thank you.
Đúng rồi, được có rồi đó. Rescue gift. Jet Airways từ India, của tụi India.
Đây nè, cái hạt hồi nãy ba thấy không? Thế nào cũng đợt có đứng là gì? No, no.
Đó rồi.
Kìa kìa, phải nó đứng đó không kìa. Nó mặc cái thằng mặc áo nâu kia kìa.
Đâu?
Đó, phải không? Đây nè.
Ra đâu rồi?
Đây nè.
Đây là đâu?
Nó trong này nè, nó đi ra giờ nè, nhớ là lấy nó đâu rồi?
Kia nó kìa.
Đây nè, ăn rồi đó.
Prepare go to Bhutan. Sparrow, get them a pie. Look here. Roger, look here. Số mấy học?
6.
Now we board the Dengaya to Pero. Okay, not too many people.
Thank you.
Tissue, sir.
Thank you. We go to Pero, Bhutan, from Kamdu to Pero, Bhutan, Thimphu, about 1 hour, 10 minutes. So by ATF, plan small aircraft, our cost about $450 expensive, $450 round trip.
In charge today. For safety reason, please keep all your hand luggage in the overhead bin or on the seat in front of you. Kindly fasten your seat belt, pull back your tray table, put your seat back in the upright position, your armrest down, and if you are seated by a window, please ensure that your window sheet is open for takeoff and landing. You are requested to switch off your mobile phone and all your electronic devices during takeoff, landing, and whenever seatbelt signs are on. Please note that smoking is strictly prohibited on all Turkish flights and all is fitted with smoke detectors. Thank you and we wish you a pleasant flight. Safety demonstration. The light along the aisle will show you the way to the nearest exit. Safety card. A copy of safety instruction card is inside the seat pocket in front of you. Please read it carefully before takeoff. Thank you for your attention.
We go to small aircraft, but about 15 to 20 people go. Aircraft about 60 seats, 70 seats, but about 20 people go. Not too many people go. So that's very unusual, but that's why they charge. And they charge by flight 1 hour 10 minutes, which charge 450 while from India to Nepal. Just 130 round trip, even 450 round trip because a lot. Anyway, it's reasonable. Mount Everest on the left hand side of the aircraft, so people just sit on the left hand side of the aircraft. left side air revolt, left hand side aircraft they watch. Even Miss Madam T also sitting left on it. Just the 9 people on the aircraft. Hả? Này. Oh, này, I guess. Yeah, that's why take expensive. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's right.
Cái này giống như là mình bay mà cái kiểu như là bay với cái aircraft nhỏ.
Hay tour thôi. Nhớ chụp vô đáp hay lắm nha thì mà đáp nó đáp vô cái channel đó. Just that's why they charge 450 round trip from here to round trip from here Kathmandu to Pero, the airport of Bhutan. Just eight guests in here, with 2 captain and 2 flight attendant. Có. Hay vậy. We fly to Kathmandu to Bhutan. Cao được đây mấy nhỏ mà. Đúng rồi. Ở đường này đó. Cái đường này đó, chỉ có đây một cái đường thôi. Phía đường này, the airport. Coi mấy cái núi như ấy đó đẹp cho em. Mấy dưới nó giống như cái thằng Sapa đó. Giống gì đó.
mountain of Everest, of course. It's 2-hour lift, but it's unfortunately fully covered with clouds. We estimate landing in Paro in about 35 minutes from now. Weather for the rest of the route expected to be fair with some clouds below us. Weather in Paro expected to be partly cloudy with ground temperature 23 degrees Celsius. Thank you.
Later on we will get into the valley. Đi vào đẹp không? Vô vào đây đó. Ôi ôi. Thấy không? Dưới mặt núi này em. đâu vô đây. Ghê quá ha. Ghê quá. Beautiful, huh? Ồ, cái nhà núi kìa em. Ừ. Bay sát núi luôn. Cái này ghê thiệt chứ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now landed at Pearl International Airport. The local time is 10 minutes past 2 in the afternoon, and the temperature outside is 20 degrees centigrade. Please keep your mobile phone switched off and remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. We request all passengers to check and ensure that you have all your hand luggage and your travel documents before leaving the aircraft. Take care while opening the overhead compartment, as the contents may have moved during the flight. On behalf of Turkey, Bhutan Airlines, Captain Qantas and the rest of the crew would like to thank you for flying with us today and look forward to seeing you again. We wish you a pleasant stay in Bhutan. Thank you and still.
Oh, wow. Welcome to Bhutan. Nghe nhạc
nhạc Phật. Cái này ở đây nó 100% là Buddhist hả?
Just got this thing right now.
Mình không có cái túi gì hết.
Không.
Tại vì quen như sách.
So sorry, man. So sorry.
We should take a picture with him later on. Bye bye.
Thank you.
We hope so.
Oh.
Yeah, look at here.
All right.
Let me take picture.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay.
Another one. He looked at.
Okay. Thank you.
Because he looked at. He did not look at me. So here with Nepal, it's like half an hour different time,
yes.
right?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. So well, very good afternoon, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is Karma. Once again, my name is Karma.
K-A-R-M-A-N.
Yeah. K-A-R-M-A.
Okay, M-A.
Yeah. And our driver, Lama.
Lama.
You can just call him Lama.
That like Lama?
Not
Lama.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
L-L-A-M-A.
Yeah, L-A-M-A. Lama. And
Lama.
So how can I address you, madam?
This is T.
And that.
T-H-Y.
T-H-Y.
And then that. D-A-D-T, like Jackson.
That.
That.
All right, that's
Easy.
Yeah,
simple.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So we're heading towards the main capital city, Thimphu, which takes like hour and a half from here.
1 hour.
1 hour and a half.
Wow.
It's a good road actually. So normally it's like for us when you just drive the car, it takes like a maximum of 45 minutes to 1 hour. Since we're with a guest, so we need to stop in 7 places, and so this is the reason it takes hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. But since tomorrow we have it's like a full day that we're gonna do a couple of sightseeing at Thimphu, the capital city, and we have to drive back the car towards the Paro because we're staying 2 nights at Paro.
Oh.
So 1 night at Thimphu.
1 night Thimphu.
Yeah. So today, as for the tour itinerary that we have right now, so we have like such like a Memorial Stupa, like a Buddha Point, Talking Zoo, and the post office. So normally it's like since it's a summertime, so we have a timing like 9 to 5 o'clock. It's office hour. So we're gonna do as much as we can today, and we're gonna do the remaining sightseeing tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're gonna finish the sightseeing, which is written here in the tour itinerary. We're gonna drive back the car towards the Paro. Yeah. So it's a good road actually. Yeah. So this is Paro. Between the Paro and Thimphu, we don't have much difference. Like altitude, it's around like 2,220 meter high above the sea level. It's in Thimphu. 2,280 here at Paro.
Not bad.
Yeah. So
but we drive through the mountain basically.
Yeah. So more or less, these days it's just it's like a monsoon, so we can't predict the weather. So most of the time, it's like we have like light rain like this, and then the partly cloudy and sunny weather.
We partially see the Everest mountain because it's covered with cloud. Yeah.
So the rain, little rain today?
Oh well, yeah. It's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's it.
But it's like in the valley. The rain was very, very, very light. Just for a few minutes, So maybe in the high mountains there were the rain for.
So that's why it's so clear.
Yeah, it's like half an hour to it's like more than that.
But did the rain season?
Well, this started.
Just
started because the main monsoon season here in our country, Bhutan, which falls on September. It's like June, July.
Rain season.
June, July.
June,
July, and by the time it's like end of September, rain. It's like rainy season. The monsoon season stops. Yeah. So like this afternoon, we just had a rain in the valley just for a few minutes. Yeah.
My question to you is, I think when raining, if the plants still working or had to.
Yeah. It's
no problem.
No problem.
Oh, I thought.
Problem is only in Nepal. Yeah. If there's some problem, there'll be problem here in Bhutan. But once they, you know, the flight they take off from the, you know, like the Kathmandu. I mean, it's like unless there's a bad weather, there'll be some problem. But I mean, it's like if it's the weather like this, I mean, it's like we don't have problem with the aircraft.
So the day if you have a, you know, like heavy rain and lot of thunders and, you know, lightings, you will stop we cancel the flight?
No. I mean, it's like regarding the thunderstorms and lightning.
Is that right?
It falls only on the south part of Bhutan. Not in northern and western, because right now this falls in the western part of Bhutan.
So you divided Bhutan in three, right? The west, the central, the western, and the eastern part.
Yes.
I saw the long river when on the plane. What's the name of that river?
So, well, it's like over there we see this, like this is the main Pachu.
Okay.
This is the river from, you know, it's like the Paro. So this is the Pachu river. Okay, this is the river. Yeah. So on the meeting point, like another 25 minutes, we're gonna hit another junction of the river, you know. You can see the meeting of two rivers. So right now we're following the river which is flowing from the Paro Valley. It's known as Pachu, the local name. So when you reach to the southern, you know, so like the junction, we're gonna hit with the river which is flowing from the Timpu Valley. So that is known as Wangchu. So there we're gonna stop for like 10 minutes. Just for a picture, you know, it's a beautiful place. You can see the two rivers joining at the same time. You know, and it's like the river, I mean the name of the river will become the Dangchu. So the river flows all the way to the India.
You spell it D-O-N-G-C-H-U?
Yes.
Dangchu.
So how was the flight?
Good,
great.
Smoothly.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of scary at first, but then
small plane.
Small aircraft.
So I heard that's like this afternoon in the aircraft there were just 10 people in the craft.
Yeah, so I think it's about 8.
8.
I don't know. You know, I guess maybe because Nepal had earthquake, you know, so not a lot of tourists come. And it's quite pricey to visit your country.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It is, I think, one of the most expensive country in the world to visit.
Definitely, you're right. Even like day before yesterday, I guess there was like 5.2 still in, I mean, Kathmandu.
Still, in Kathmandu,
Just, you know,
like after
shade.
It's shocking, yeah.
So this is now is the price season or just low season, high season? For tourists, I mean.
No, right now it's a low season.
Low season?
Right now it's low season.
What month high season for tourists?
The high season is like, you know, it's like September, October, November.
Oh, okay.
That's a high season. And March, April, May.
Oh.
You know, that's a high season.
March, April, May.
Because we have 2 seasons once a year. And June, July, August falls on the low season.
So you basically surrounding by mountain.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like most probably Bhutan normally falls on, you know, it's like we see the high mountains, you know, the valleys, and old house, old fortress, you know, and old buildings, the stupas.
So that's make it hard for like for the water supplies, electricities and stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely, because the main, you know, it's like the earning source for the government of Bhutan is firstly from the hydroelectric plant, and second one it's the tourism council of Bhutan, you know, with the tourists and then the hydroelectric plant. So these are the main two, you know, it's like the source that the government, they own the money, they have the budget.
So the government take care of the tourists.
Definitely.
Tourism thing, it's not private company do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like when it comes to the tourism, I mean, it's like we have like more and more tourists, you know, just visiting our country every year. The more and more, like.
But I mean, for the tourism things, the government control, right?
Well, so far, well, so far we don't have that.
Private?
But so far we don't have that. But nearby future, there might be, you know, like if there is a lot of tourists, like in Nepal, then there might be
the government will control.
They're gonna, you know, it's like plan for the new policy. But now, right? I mean, it's like so
right
far.
Now it's a private company.
It's all private company.
Really?
Yeah. There's one. There's one.
How come
only
they make it so expensive? If they make it less expense, then you know the more tourists will come.
Okay,
because not everybody can afford.
Yeah, definitely.
Like $250 a day.
Definitely. I mean, it's like thanks for asking the very good question. Okay.
Yes.
I can answer you back. So the reason why in a country Bhutan, I mean, they are charging like in the season time, it's a $250 USD, and in the low season, like a $200 USD. It's because, like in a country, like it's expensive. Like every day, like for example, like 2 people, you visit in a country.
Yeah, it's like $500.
Like 2 people, like every day, $65 of you, each day goes to the royalty. That's for the government. Every day, 65 today for you too, 65 each. Tomorrow again 65 for your whole trip.
But that's for tourists only.
Just for tourists.
Not for your local people.
No, just for tourists. Yeah. And in that way, we have to pay for the car. We have to pay for the hotels. We have to pay for the guides.
So 65 go to the government. So
65 goes to the government, and it's like remaining goes for the cars, and it's like it goes to the hotel rooms and the charges, you know, and it finally goes for the guide. So this is the main reason.
My question to you, I see the house so far. I see that they paint white and brown, right?
White, yeah, most probably because
why
white one is for the peace.
Huh?
Peace and prosperity. You know, the bright color.
Prosperity.
The whitewash.
White.
Yeah, especially like even the fortress, the zones. You see that in the white color. Yeah. And
for purity, maybe.
Brown. How about brown?
Yeah, even the brown. Yeah.
Brown for
peace. Yeah. So I mean, most of the traditional Bhutanese house, you see the most of the ceiling. And then the roof is an empty space.
For
they can keep no. They can keep any stuffs over there. You know, the dry hairs, whatever the store items. They can keep over there, and especially it's for in the winter time for the insulation.
Okay.
So this is the main reason. Most of the traditional Buddhist house, they keep the ceiling and then the roof part. There's a gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is for a reason.
Yeah.
So, what is the main product in Bhutan?
Well, I mean, here at Paro, like especially like main products, the main cash crop, you know, like farmers. They you know, it's like they cultivate. It's they mainly from the rice.
Okay.
And the second one, it goes like the apples. These are the main.
Apples.
Yeah, these are the main primary.
The Asian apple or
it's the local apples from Bhutan. Like which is normally in the we have one in golden apple. So another one is a normal one. That's a really great apple. Yeah, normal one. So these are the main, you know, it's like the second primary, the crops where the farmer they cultivate. You know.
Nothing else, huh? No fishing or anything.
No fishing. We don't do that. But apart from that, they can raise the, you know, it's like the poultry farms and you know, the cattle and they can make cheese and butter. You know.
So the food here, mainly people here eat vegetable or eat meat or something.
No, we eat meat also.
Really? Not just veggie.
Sorry?
Not just pure vegetarian?
But yeah, I mean, it's like it depends on person to person. Yeah, there are a lot of people, you know, there are a lot of people
because
who prefer for the...
your country probably 80-90% Buddhism?
Yes, definitely. That's for true. But when it comes to the Buddhism, it's like this now. Again, like the people, those who believe himself or herself that I am a Buddhist, you know, I'm a Buddhism, and I don't want to, you know, it's like, I mean, eat meat and I just want to be the pure vegetarian. They can do that, you know. This is the main reason, like, head Lama of our country, Bhutan, chief abode, who have, you know, already consoled a lot of power, you know, it's like the people, like, they stop eating meat, you know. Try to stop eating meat, you know, slowly.
Stop eating meat.
Slowly. Yeah. But I mean, the people, they can stop all of a sudden. Yeah.
I believe it's up to you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So do you have any other religions besides Buddhism here in Bhutan?
Well, apart from Buddhism, we have like the few, you know, it's like the person of the Christian people and the Hindu people. Yeah.
Hindu also?
Yeah, definitely. The Bhutan is normally, it's formed with the three, you know, it's like the different, you know, it's like the religion people. Like the Nepali people, those are known as Losampa. Okay, we have a group of Nepali people here in Bhutan. Those are known as Losampa. And like, you know, it's like in the northern part we have Kurtep and Nalok. Yeah, and then in the central end, you know, it's like the western we have Dukpa. So these three are the main, you know, it's like the people who form the Buddhism in Bhutan. You know, but apart from that, we have like a few numbers of like few percentage of the Christian people and then the Hindu too. And then in this our trip, the tour that we're having, it's all in the western part of Bhutan, which falls in the western part because even the Paro is in western, the Thimphu is western.
how about the eastern part? Is that nice to see also?
Oh well, yeah, I mean definitely. But I tell you very frankly, like most of the tourists, like let's give for like 80% of the tourists, the main highlight for them to visit our country Bhutan, they visit till like old capital that is known as Punakha, like 4 nights 5 days tour, something like that.